Though lipo may be a great way to look more cut, it won't get rid of your cellulite. In fact, it can make what you have look even worse. 99% of cellulite occurs only in women. And ladies, there's even more bad news.
Most of my women patients tell me that once you find a cure for cellulite, you're going to get the Nobel Prize.
Liposuction is major surgery. You've heard the horror stories.
We don't want to take more than 5 liters of fat at any one time.
The more fat we take out from the body, the more blood we remove. If we're taking out a lot of fat, it's just like they donated too much blood.
What's the top request we get on Extreme Makeover? New breasts.
Everything is just like breastfed the breasts to oblivion.
If there's any way to maybe make them happy again.
They want them bigger. They want them perkier. They want cleavage.
A certain poutiness in the breast is considered pretty because it's very characteristic of a youthful breast.
There are a lot of misconceptions about breasts. You can't fill the breast with fat to make it bigger. If you want to make them bigger, you've got to use implants. But there are some risks.
It is possible that you will not be able to feel the nipples. It is possible that you won't be able to breastfeed. Luckily, that almost never happens.
With implants, it's a little tougher to get good mammograms.
Using a lipoplasty machine, we can remove volume from the breasts.
Instead of being...
And then we do a breast lift.
Just feeling a bit. The basic facelift is done by making incisions at the side of the face and removing excess skin.
We want to make the person youthful, but we don't want to make them look stretched or pulled.
Nose is the most notable feature on the face, and the first place to look for telltale signs of bad plastic surgery. Here's how.
The old nose job of the 60s, where you had a ski slope on the top of the nose, and the nose was this little teeny button. Even if it had once been large, that's a very telltale sign that the nose was done.
Other procedures leave you out of commission for a lot longer.
Tummy tuck is a big surgery. Usually that means several weeks before the patient kind of feels like himself again.
Of course, not everybody heals at the same rate.
I have some patients who will have a procedure done, and after a week, they look great. And I have other patients who will have exactly the same operation, and 8 weeks later, they still look like they just had surgery. There is no such thing as a procedure that has no recovery time.
Perfection, which leads to another top secret.
Plastic surgery is taking who you are and improving on it. That's what real plastic surgery is. It's not making you into somebody else. I had way too much plastic surgery and way too much of the older style of plastic surgery where parts were taken away without anything being replaced.
Plastic surgeries exploding. More than 8 million procedures were done last year, with people laying out over $7 billion. Not just women, more than 1 million men. Plastic surgery isn't just for the rich and famous anymore.
It's only been 2 weeks.
The latest data show that the most common patient earns between $25,000 and $50,000 a year.
Here's the inside secret of the price of plastic surgery. It varies around the country, but this is what you'd pay in Beverly Hills for surgeon's fees plus operating room costs.
A facelift can range anywhere from $8,000 or $9,000 to $40,000.
I want something that fits my face better.
Nose job can range anywhere between $6,500 to $12,000.
The cost can be zero if the person has a legitimate nasal fracture and they have insurance.
Just like to have a little bit of cleavage, you know, so.
Breast augmentation usually runs for most doctors between $5,000 and $8,000 or $9,000.
Liposuction usually starts at $5,000 for the first area and then $2,000 for each additional area.
Is it fixable?
It's sure fixable.
I think the surgeon's fee for tummy tuck would be a minimum of $5,000, perhaps up to $10,000.
Will sound pretty pricey? Don't worry, there are options even for those of us with more limited resources, like Botox, microdermabrasion, and the photofacial.
There's minimally expensive things people on a budget will do because you don't require a trip to the operating room and they make a nice difference.
But when you're thinking of plastic surgery, don't just go for the lowest price, because you may be in for a big surprise. Here's another secret.
60% of those surgeons that are listed in the yellow pages are not real plastic surgeons.
Make sure your surgeon is certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery.